Gaza man crazy. No, we insane.
First and foremost, free up me blood clot Don and free up Tommy Lee Sparta. Welcome Gaza Nation to the second episode of the Gaza Family Tree. Today, we are going to be breaking down Tommy Lee Sparta blessings to the patois illiterate. And I just want to say, to Tommy Lee, hold your head. He gets probably the second most fight in dancehall after the boss, right? So they're always bringing him to jail. It's just crazy, and I wish him the best. I hope he gets out. Freedom, we say, and I just think this song right here showed me another side. I always knew he was a bad artist. I've been a fan for a long time. But once this song came out, I said, wow, he's really, really, really a talented artist, very versatile. So without further ado, Tommy Lee, please begin.
Only person I fear are just the damn cops. We don't want to see no one cuff. Can't take not a dice shot. The mommy leap and ground. With my face down flat.
The Sparta boss begins the first verse by saying the only people that he fears are God and the police. And that opening line right there, I feel the same sentiment. Even now that I'm clean, I haven't been arrested in so many years, I still, when I see a police officer behind me while I'm driving, I still get nervous. And then he said that he don't want to see no handcuffs. And they always lock up Tommy Lee. So it's been happening for years. So that's the only thing he don't want to see. And I feel him on that. Nobody wants to see handcuffs. Then he said he can't take no tight hand strap, right? And I pray that nobody ever gets arrested, but I've been arrested before. I've had handcuffs put on me many times, and they'll put it on too tight, and it's just very uncomfortable. They always seem to want to just do some extra shit to you, really hurt you. So I feel that statement. And then he said they want him to lay down on the ground with his face down flat. And again, it's humiliating when that happens. It's happened to me before a lot of times. They've done some awful things to me, but I feel bad that Tommy Lee has to go through it. I hope nobody goes through that. I don't even wish being arrested on my enemies, but yeah, this is the illest way to start this song. And I know a lot of foreigners, because he has a deep patois accent, maybe they might not get this, and if they don't look up the lyrics for themselves, they might not appreciate the song as much as they would.
Me have some place where me nah go back. Me know a few bridge where you fi burn down. So it no make sense to take your get people them still say you a pussy when the right time come.
Tommy Lee then says he got some places that he wouldn't go back to. And I believe, they've kicked him out of cities. He been kicked out of Mo Bay before, moved to Kingston. They still mess with him, right? And he said, there's some places I ain't going back to, and there's some bridges that I have to burn down. So there's, you're never supposed to burn a bridge, but he has some bridges that he knows he has to burn down. He got to separate himself from that. And he's done that, and they still fuck with him. So it's the worst thing that could ever happen when you try to fix your life and they still fuck with you. And then he said, so it don't make sense to take your heart and give it to people, right? Because later on, when the right time for them forwards, right, they'll still call you a pussy. They'll still bad mind you. So again, just exceptional lyrics, and it's all true, especially for people who have been through some shit.
Anyway, money they and pleasure. You see, well, if jealousy and hater, them want all for themselves, them a scraper.
Uncle Demon then says there's a whole heap of pressures, a whole lot of pressure involved with his life and his lifestyle. Because anywhere that there's money and pleasure, you see a whole bunch of jealousy and haters. So again, that's real deep lines. Anywhere, Biggie said it. He said, more money, more problems. So Tommy Lee's just saying it in his own way. And then he said, they want it all for themselves, them scrapers. So I think that's like maybe a parasite. Tell me in the comment section if I'm wrong. But it's like a parasite, a scraper. They stick around you, always trying to get something. And if you don't give it to them anymore, then all of a sudden, again, they'll talk about you, bad mind you, right? So he's really letting out a lot of pain in this song.
And when the shaky ratio, the moment is a show like a paint job. But anything they say me do the opposite. I think that they give me a head.
Tommy Lee then says, and when you check the ratio, so I guess he's saying when you do the math, when you really meds upon it, right? They want him dead. They want him to get shot, right? Like a paint job. So I don't know. Maybe somebody in the comment section could explain that better, because it says they want me more if you shoot like a paint job. Oh, hold on, I got it. I think it's marrow. So they want like his marrow to fly, right? Like a paint job, it gets splattered on the wall, right? So I think, it's a slick way for saying, they want him dead. And then he said, but anything they say, he does the opposite of what they say, right? And then he said, and them girls still give me a header. So I think the girls are still fucking with Tommy Lee no matter what, right? And they're still sucking his dick. You know what I mean? So it's just he's still being a rebel, but he's still a gallus, right? And with that last line, we've reached the glorious chorus.
You know, it's a blessing that show like rain on me. The more all them other just say them can't stop me. The only man who fear Almighty. Me no want the police. Mankind so evil.
This chorus gives me the chills, right? I feel it every time I hear it. It's like gospel, right? But he said, you don't see that the blessings are showered down like rain upon him, right? So blessings are showered down like rain from the heavens. Just it's very dope how he says that and the way he sings it. And then he says, the amount of times they go try to obey him. They go try to, put some, I don't know what you call it, voodoo, right? They try to fuck with him, and they pray to Jah that he don't win, right? They still can't stop him. So no matter what they do, they can't stop him. And then he said, because the only man that he fears is the Almighty. So the only person he fears is the Lord up above. So it is a gospel song, right? This could be played in church, at least to me, right? And then he said, me no want see police, mankind so evil. And I feel when he says that last part, I feel it, man. He's really being serious. He doesn't want to see police, and we all know mankind can be so evil at times. They can be loving, but for the most part, especially if you grow up in a bad environment, all you see is evil, man. It's very, very deep. Big up Damage Music on this track, and one of the best songs for when it come out last year. So 2020, definitely one of the best songs ever.
Look what Christ do for them. Look what them do to Christ. Me and I'm superhero, me can't save the world. I'm a give me have a choice.
This bridge right here has to be my favorite part of the song. Just check the lyrics. He said, look what Christ did for them, and look what them did to Christ. So, Christ tried to bring peace, teach them the way, and what they do, put them up on a cross, killed them, right? So very powerful lyrics right there. And then he said, he ain't a superhero, and he can't save the world, but he wouldn't if he had a choice. That is crazy, right? So just amazing how he said that. I'm not a superhero and I can't save the world, but if I could, I still wouldn't do it because they don't deserve it. Powerful.
Need some time on myself. Me and myself, I got a reason. Make them go and say me mad because when nobody me can't reason.
The Sparta boss begins the second and final verse. Lyrically inclined, he said, I need some time to be by myself. me and myself would go bust a reason, right? So he's saying I need some time to be by myself and meditate, right? And look back on my life and see what I can fix, see what I can change. And he said, you could go ahead and say that I'm a madman, that I'm crazy, right? Because you can't reason with yourself if there's nobody else there. So he's just saying, go ahead, like you can live your own life and think how you think, but this is what I need to do for myself. Fire.
As I tell them one thing, them gon' leak a secret. I talk about and them circle smart, so I will leak it.
Tommy Lee gets real introspective right here. And he said, yo, if you tell people, right, in your circle, if you don't have good friends around you, you tell them one thing, they're gonna leak your secret, right? And then the rest of these people, they keep talking about how their circle's small, right? So I got a small circle, I got the best friends in the world, but they par with a bunch of other people and tell secrets that they shouldn't be telling our business, right? And then they say, well, my circle's small, so who leaked it when the secret comes out to the world? So he's really meditating. He's doing a lot of thinking on this track, and it's crazy.
Cause I'm gonna talk with the enemies. Yeah. I'm gonna war with the enemies. No. You go tell them the weak spot, so they know we like the strap.
The Sparta Don then says, yo, some of the friends that you have around, they actually go talk with the enemies. And them apart with the enemies. They're friends with the enemies. They're around you for the wrong reasons, right? And he says, and then you tell them the weak spot. So the weak link or the weak thing that's in your circle, something that shouldn't be leaked out, right? And then they go move where you lack the strap. So where you don't have guns, wherever they might know how to break into your house because of some information you told them. They might know who they can rob, anything. So he's just saying, yo, you gotta zip it up, man. You don't need to tell everybody your business.
My youth, you are power with the enemies. You are talk with the enemies. The youth we are power with 100% my enemy.
I don't know who Tommy's talking to specifically on this last part, but he seems to be speaking to someone in particular. He says, my youth, you are par with the enemies. You will talk with the enemies. The youth where you are par with 100% of my enemy. Yo, crazy. He said, dog, you are friends with the enemy, man. So he must have found a weak link in his circle, and now he's pointing it out. And the song overall is just, you gotta hold the meds. You gotta listen to it so many times before you can actually take in all the information that he's given. And with that last line, we have reached the end of our first Tommy Lee Sparta masterpiece. Big up yourself, Gaza Nation. Always remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I hope you guys like the Gaza Family Tree episodes, right? Let me know your suggestions for the next artist that you want to see. But, you know, at the same time, I want to build up what I think I'm doing. You know, Tommy Lee has always been faithful to the Gaza, especially when a lot of people, when he got locked up, they weren't faithful. And just like the episode I did with Spice has always been faithful to the boss. So let me know if you guys are liking these new episodes. And you already know, it's Gaza, me say forever.
When me a go, surely know when me a go, and anybody win.